Hello, welcome to Dark Souls 3. My name is VideoMan73, for those of you who have forgotten. I've been away as of the recent year, but I am back, and I am here to present you Dark Souls 3. So this is a game I've kind of been hung up on recently. With the Steam sale, I had already owned this game ever since it came out, and I've been off and on playing it because I'm just filthy casual. And I have yet to beat this game, and I haven't gotten very far either. And I really just kind of sat down today, and I thought, why not record it? That sounds like fun. Let's let people view my misery and suffering as I died and lose my souls about 80 ton times. That's not a real number. So we're gonna hit start. We're gonna obviously be starting a new run through here. Consider this like a let's play. It's a walkthrough up until a certain point, then it becomes a let's play, because up until a certain point I kind of got the gist of everything, because I have played the first couple areas of this game probably a solid 20 times now. So we're gonna hit a new game. I'm gonna shut up for the cutscene.
Yes, indeed. It is called Lothric, where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder converge. In venturing north, the pilgrims discover the truth of the old words. Fire fades, and the lords go without thrones. When the link of fire is threatened, the bell tolls, unearthing the old Lords of Cinder from their graves. Aldrich, Saint of the Deep. Farron's Undead Legion, the Abyss Watchers. And the reclusive lord of the profaned capital. Yom the Giant. Only in truth, the lords will abandon their thrones. And the unkindled will rise. Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
Alright, so now that I've listened to that cutscene through my headphones, I think I'm gonna need to turn the audio down, at least in that section, because that was hurting my ears. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do class first. I'm thinking we have these options. And while knight is the safe way to go, I think we're gonna go with the warrior. Oh, what am I talking about? Yeah, okay. So the warrior essentially, for what we want to go for, which is a strength build, which essentially you can, which you can do with a knight. But with the warrior, he just starts out with a higher strength and vigor. And for those of you that don't know, there's a class system in Dark Souls, and for those that really want just to like start off with higher health and hit a little bit harder, your two choices would be knight and warrior. If you're looking for more of a, you like to swing a lot more, a dexterity build, if you will, the mercenary is a great start. There is magic, sorry. So sorcerer, and there's miracles as well. I've heard that the sorceries are a lot more nerfed in this game. I have not been able to play with the sorcerer. You have your pyromancy. The deprived is just your all-around best, not best, but all around, base stats. You're a barbarian essentially, and then you have just, I don't know how to describe these two. I mean, they're dexterity too, but this one's more like dex and magic, and this one's just more of a luck because it has the bandit's knife. And that, if you want to do a bleed build, I think thief is the best way to go. Herald is a miracle warrior essentially. So, but we're gonna go with warrior, and I think we're gonna title his name. I don't know. Let's go. I like the name of Naselmorf. Why? Well, you'll see. He's a young lad. For a burial gift, you have a selection to choose from. I like to choose either the souls, because a sovereignless soul will give you 2,000 extra souls, like right off the bat, or the life ring. But you can get the life ring from a vendor, like pretty soon, actually. So we're gonna choose that. I don't want to spend too much time creating a character. I've never preferred to spend too long on one. But if we're gonna do any, let's make him muscular. If we're gonna do anything, that's not what I want. This is what we're gonna do. You may be asking why Naselmorf? Well, this is why. He's what more can you say about this man? I've never been much to mess with, like, it's not green enough for us. We need green. Like, all the way. And, just take away all the dark. I want straight green. You can do that a lot faster than I was doing it. Okay. I gotta do hair. 100%. Get that out of here. All up with that green fro. His brow color's gotta be the same. There we go. I think he's a warrior, right? Our warrior he's gotta be fierce and green. Does he need a tattoo on his face? No, I don't think he needs a tattoo. So he's a young lad. He's skinny. I really want to mess with some of his features, but there we go. Oh, sweet. Sweet Jesus. Oh, that's exactly what we need to do. Okay, he's got his face. He just needs to be all nose. Put it down. Yeah. Oh, yes. Let's move it. No. My, it's, I'm going so fast that it's just, oh my, oh yeah, no. Hold on, I'm having too much fun, hold on. No, I like it down more. It's gonna be down. And, oh yeah. Wide, there we go. Large, oh baby. He is gonna be just dripping. He has got a very bad cold. I think that's enough damage. Alright, that's... Yeah. Alright. You know, that only took me 10 minutes. Actually, I don't even think it took me that long. Now we're gonna start. Basic tutorial area. Some would say it's lacking from like the other Dark Souls game. Okay, so this is our starting area. By the way, if you guys understand the story of Dark Souls, then God bless you. Oh my god, his nose is sticking out through the helmet. So these just basically tell you how to do the in Dark Souls. The reason that most people like to choose the knight, honestly, there we go. It just feels loud in my headphones. So the essential reason why most people like to play the knight is because the shield, I'll show you. So the equipment with the shield, you'll see that on the absorption right beside attack power, it's 86. That means I can take 86% of whatever attack is coming at me. With the knight shield, it actually is 100% absorption, which means that as long as you block, you won't get hit with physical damage. Now, if it's infused with like fire or something, then you're gonna get hit. But the shield for the knight is, you can get a 100 block physical shield pretty early on here. It won't make that much of a difference. And so we just picked up our Ashen Estus flask. That is for mana, or FP, you would call it. In this game, mana, I kind of got it from, I don't know, every other game. Your Magicka. That's Skyrim. I can never seem to parry this guy. This is supposed to be like the parry area. I just never can seem to parry the guy. So, for the essential build of a strength character, they vary. You have your strength and dex, and then you have just your pure strength, and I think that's kind of what I want to go for. By the way, unless like you know how to take this thing I'm about to find here, it says turn back, I wouldn't recommend coming here until either you've got your experience playing this and died a few times and you think you know what you're doing, or just be ready. See that thing? We're gonna kill it. But to like be blunt about it, Oh boy. It's more of... I honestly forgot what I was saying. That kind of goes unnoticed on this guy. He's a rough one. Ow. You see what he can do some damage unless you're ready to take him on. Sorry, I'm just trying to focus a little bit. When it comes to the tutorial area, I think this here and the boss is probably the two most challenging parts. At this point, this guy's more of a challenge, just because of the fact you're low level. I have played a little bit of both Dark Souls 1 and 2. I never got very far in it just because I was not that big of a fan up until the third installment, because that's when I really wanted to get into it. And I think my favorite tutorial area is probably Dark Souls 1. Just the asylum itself is really creative for an idea. I love that about it. Oh wow, I totally just... Alright, we got him. He drops us a Titanite scale. We won't use that until later. So essential controls, you know, you got your roll. That's very important. You want to master that as soon as you can. It's all about detecting an enemy's movements and his attack pattern. I don't know if it was noticed, but when I blocked, I actually did manage to block one of his attacks, but it still did a little bit of damage to me because I couldn't 100% block it. And you can also two-hand your weapon for more damage, but you're losing out on the ability to guard. Your Estus flasks are your main source of healing, and you can parry using... I'm using the Xbox controller because I could not imagine playing this game with mouse and keyboard. It actually sounds awful. So we're coming up on our first bonfire here, and we're gonna kind of rest. That'll give us our Estus back, but at the cost of respawning all the enemies. That's good. None of these enemies have even been killed, so it doesn't matter that much. Backstabs are very important in this game. By the way, you want to run and jump over here. Or this little item here, this shard. It's the smallest version of a scale, but it's actually for like regular weapons. Yeah, this tutorial area is not like incredibly like charming at all or anything. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. I like it. I pulled a... I see it like right there. I took like a sliver of damage because that guy doesn't do a lot, but I still took a little bit of damage there. Nice thing about the just a strength character is that you may sacrifice the ability to swing fast, but I just like being able to hit really hard and not have to take so many swings, and that's why personally I prefer a strength character. I haven't tried anything else yet, but this is the first boss. Gundyr. See, he's got these little black things coming out of his back. That'll come into play. So once we remove this sword, that'll start the fight. You can hit him before he even like fully comes up. So while he's like still coming up, you can R1 him a lot. And when you see his health bar, you can parry him. And I've never done it. I'm very scared to. Well, that didn't work at all. Oh, don't follow my lead. See, this... Never go too far out of your comfort zone, kids. Oh! So, I might add, his second phase is very vulnerable to fire, so Pyromancers are going to have a fun time on this one. Uh-oh. Oh! I'm gonna S this real quick just to be safe. So it's always once he gets about About to half health. Ow. He's about there, so I think a few more hits will do it. Yep, like that. And don't get caught in this phase with your pants down, because it is a very tough. I do not like this phase of Gundyr at all. But as a pyromancer, it's supposed to be like the easiest thing on earth. I mean, yeah, like he'll hit pretty hard. You just gotta really be careful. Oh, right there, I staggered him. That was a pretty good way to end that fight. I didn't want to die on the first boss and look like an absolute scrub. So Ember Restore, that's a good thing to mention. So when you're embered, you have more health, and you can summon phantoms, like NPCs, to help you out. But that means you can also be invaded by players. So it's kind of a, you know, it's a, I don't know. It's a lot better to be embered, obviously, because the more health part. And phantoms can help you out in boss fights, and that's one of the best things, in my opinion. Now this, what we're coming up to, is the hub area of Dark Souls 3. In a second we'll be getting over there. I'm kind of just picking up all the items. Homeward buns are very good, very important. Believe it or not, the area like right around Firelink has a lot of good stuff in it. So you want to make sure and kind of just follow the same kind of area. Oh, can't forget this guy. See, this guy's just kind of looking off and enjoying the scenery. Which, by the way, Dark Souls 3 has some of the most beautiful scenery I've ever laid my eyes on in a video game. But you know, with this guy, you can just, you know, he can just go down there. It's fine. He can get a closer look. So, in there is where we normally go. But first, I'm actually going to kind of pick up some of the items around here and just kill some of these fools. I should probably mention Dark Souls, the currency is souls. It makes sense, right? And some enemies will drop these enemies at least will drop like fading souls, and they give you just like a little bit of soulage. Soulage, is that a word? Typically you could just go over there and pick that up, but what will happen, and I'll show you, I'll kind of angle it that way. See, you go over here and it triggers these guys. They're like, don't take our shield. You kind of just do it anyway, and it's fine. And you see this guy, right? This guy, he's a pain. We're gonna wait to attack that guy, because he will literally mess up your day. But if you're doing a dex build, he has one of the best starting weapons. Oh, that didn't want to load. Oh no. Okay. So there's a thing that happens. I don't know if it's in everybody's game, but I know for a fact it happens in my own. There's something over here, by the way, and there's a dog. Oh, well, I've never done that before, but that's fine. Knock the dog right off the ledge. Embers are important. That's how you restore your embers, is by using the item. So I hope it's not the way I think it is. Okay, it's not good. So this is Firelink Shrine. I believe this is in Dark Souls 1. I never played Dark Souls 1 that far. Like I said, I played the tutorial area. That's about it. So here's the Firekeeper.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one. I am a firekeeper. I tend to the flame, and tend to thee. The lords have left their thrones, and must be delivered to them. To this end, I am at thy side.
She's important to talk to for a specific reason that we'll get to in a moment. But we're going to embed this sword and create the bonfire Firelink Shrine. So I for sure want to kind of cover this area. There's a bunch of NPCs to talk to. I think we'll wait to talk to the NPCs, except for that guy all the way down there, and maybe her. I don't know about her yet. So what we're gonna do first is you'll see. Well, when she says the lords, basically the goal here is to hunt down all the lords of Cinder and return them to their throne. And aka we're gonna kill them. They're bosses. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. So a little secret here. That's actually not a secret anymore because just about everybody knows how to do it. There's an area that you're supposed to get into later in the game using a key that costs about 20,000 souls. There's the door. It's locked. And you're supposed to be able to get onto the roof. The roof. However you want to say it. Well, let's, I'm going to, real quick, go into my equipment. And I'm going to take off a few things. So we just have this sexy hunk. And we're going to run up this tree and jump. It's going to take me a second. Well, you can royally screw that up and damage yourself a little bit. But you're supposed to run off this tree and not be a scrub and fail 8,000 times like that. And I don't remember when people found that out, but no, you don't want to do that. Okay. But people found that out, and it allows you to get, I don't know if there's an item over here. It allows you to get some, or at least an important item early, and then a ring. Rings in Dark Souls are very important from my understanding. So, also, there's some birds here. You give them items, and they'll give you items. It's kind of like a trade-off. So that's an Estus shard. Our Estus flasks can be reinforced if we find these shards, and we get extra use out of our flasks. Now, you might have heard of illusory walls in Dark Souls. Yeah, there's one right here. I've already found signs where I thought there was an illusory wall there because they're like, yeah, there's a wall here, and then it's just no, there's not. People are silly like that. Okay, so that ring we just got, the Silver Serpent ring, it allows fallen foes to yield more souls. So that's very good for early on. It allows you to get more souls quicker, and of course, the more souls you have, the more you can level up, and the more you can buy things at shops and vendors and such. So we're gonna once again sit bonfire. I think we're gonna talk to blacksmith down here real quick. We'll talk to her later. Talk to the blacksmith, Andre here.
Well, a newcomer, I see. I am Andre. I serve at this shrine. You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust. A toilsome journey, I wager. You'll require good arms. Let me smith you weapons. I am a smith, such as my purpose.
So this is the blacksmith. Here you can reinforce your weapons, infuse them with gems, repair equipments, and your Estuses. So remember when I said reinforce Estuses? When we use the shard, we use that, and it allows us to increase the number of uses. And you see we can allot Estus as well. So that means we can give a certain amount towards our Ashen, which is for our focus points, or we can go mostly for all healing. And for a strength build, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go all healing. We don't need Ashen Estus flasks, and that's all we need from him. And I think I'm going to go ahead and level up. And our last thing we're gonna do this episode is go take out that katana guy, and we'll be set. So we're gonna use all these souls we found. You'll see the faded souls. 5 of them only give us about 250. The unknown traveler will give us, I think, 1,000, 800. 2 of these will probably give us about 200, maybe 400. I don't know my soul counts. And this final one will give us a whopping 2,000. Actually. Let me rest real quick, actually. I think what we'll do is we're gonna go take out the Swordmaster first. we take him out first. We'll have more souls, and that way we can level up and be ready for the next area. I got a pretty good amount of health, and if I die, I just lose my ember and, of course, my souls, but I can get my souls back. I have one chance to. Those guys can just back off. I think we're gonna cheese him. I don't want to fight this guy genuinely. So, if you guys want to know how to cheese this guy, bring him to a ledge. He'll go into his little lunge stance, and then maybe if I can attack him. Oh, yep, and I went with him. Oh, we killed him. First death was my fault because I got a little too into it. And we lost our ember, but that's fine. We don't entirely need it. So we're going to go out there real quick. Get our souls, level up, and that'll be it for this episode. This fog wall just is for loading the area outside of the shrine. It's no biggie. You just have to give it a second to load. And so, I'm not sure what kind of weapons we're going to be wielding by the end of this first, oh. There it goes. Everything's loading. Everything's coming. There we go. I think, my game's just having a little bit of a seizure, but that's okay. So, the green here is our souls. All 13,000 of them. And this is the Uchikatana. That's the dex weapon that is very good early on, and it can get you through a really good portion of the game. And so now we're gonna go into the shrine. We're gonna level up, and then that'll be it for this introduction episode. And this isn't fine. Can this load, please? I'm gonna hopefully get this loading thing figured out. I know it's my computer and it's my
Ashen One. Produce the coiled sword. The mark of ash will guide thee to the land of the lords. To Lothric, where the homes of the lords converge.
So she basically just told us about putting the bonfire in.
Very well. Then touch the darkness within me.
Oh,
Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Nourishment, okay. So now, it costs souls to level up. All these stats are your vigors, health, endurance, stamina. This is your weight. Strength is going to be our big goal. I think right now, I want to focus and get a bunch of health. And then start pulling into strength. I think, yeah, 20 and 20 is pretty good for right now. Since we're pull a little bit into stamina, and then cause our strength's pretty high, and we're gonna need stamina. So 20 is a good. It's like the soft cap for health. You'll see it's a lot of health, but I think we're gonna mostly pour it into those three. And we're just gonna level up. And as you can see, our health has went up a pretty good amount. So that's gonna be it for this first episode. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to comment down below what you'd like to see the build kind of turn out into, or the character even. Whether you want to, kind of like the gist of it is he's gonna be pretty beefy. He's gonna be a hard hitter, and yeah, just be sure to tell me what you guys think so far. Give me suggestions, stuff you guys want to see. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a little like on the video, I guess. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm not gonna force you to, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, I know this is kind of lengthy, and I don't mean to, but I mean, Dark Souls is lengthy, so I want to bring out a lot of content for you guys if you guys would like to watch it. So, that being said, again, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next episode.